What's up, guys? It's Anna with Mosh Pit Diaries. I'm here with Waylon Reavis, the vocalist of A Killer's Confession. Waylon, welcome to Mosh Pit Diaries.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here today.
Yeah, not a problem. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Just sitting around the house. Just got the new vinyls and the CDs in for Victim 2. I have physical copies in my hand now. It's like that's like the final moment when you're like, wow, this is real. So like, because releasing on digital, it's like there's never like a physical piece
Yeah.
that makes it real. And I'm from the old school days where CD sales mattered. So for me, getting the vinyl and getting in the CD, that makes it real. That's when it's like,
Oh,
okay, this is an album.
absolutely. Physical. I love having physical media. I collect VHS, CDs, vinyl, all that stuff still. And I feel like that our generation is kind of shifting a little bit more to starting to get more back into physical media, which I love to see. So vinyl, that's exciting. Do you
Well,
have,
it is. Like physical media creates jobs.
yeah,
Like you got the truck
absolutely.
driver who drives it, you got the plastic company, the CD company, and it like when you have a physical media, you got to remember, like you're supporting a long list of people. You're not just supporting the artist, you're supporting the transport, the making, the paper company, all that stuff. Like it's good. It's actually a good thing. And when you do digital, I have such a hard time with that because you can buy something digitally, but like they can always take it away. Like if the server go down, like it can go away. But if you have a physical piece, you have a physical, you own this. You physically own this, and nobody can mess with it. And that's the part that I'm like, I really want things to go back to physical. I mean, I have a lot of digital content, and I was thinking, that's so funny. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, what if the net went down? How am I going to watch all these movies that I have?
Right, right, absolutely. You're not wrong there. And that's like I said, like I feel like a lot more bands we're seeing it a lot more, especially with vinyl. Vinyl is becoming trendy again and collecting
Yes.
it, but I love it. I'm not gonna, I see people that get upset about it and bring it up about how, oh, people are just doing it because it's trendy. Like, no, like you said, it creates jobs, it gives people physical media, it allows a whole new world for collectors as well. So, with that being said, you brought up that you got your vinyl for your new upcoming album. Would you
Yes.
like to speak more about your album that comes out September 19th, correct?
Yes. Victim 2. We're doing a trilogy, the Victim series. And I was tired of just doing the same thing album to album, write a single and just kind of just write these songs. And like there's meaning behind these other songs, but I really never jumped into like a concept. And I was so tired of just the hook and just these ideas of just like songs that are popular for a minute and then like a couple years later it's like that was dumb, because you see it all the time. The songs popular for a moment and then everybody's like, that was terrible. When they finally realize it has its moment. And I was like, I'm so sick of that. Let's do something different. So, like, let's do a trilogy and do a concept trilogy where, like, it spans 3 albums and let's tell the story of a killer. And this killer he likes to take out predators. And I was like, well, people can get behind that. So there's no,
Yeah,
we're gonna make a video.
absolutely.
If he's going to be a vigilante, we're gonna make him a vigilante that's like not, he's actually doing the right thing, just in the wrong way. And
Right.
so we're just following this character that I created, and we're getting to that point where like in Victim 1, we kind of like discover who he is, and he's having these mental issues with dealing with what he's doing because he's kind of got a split personality. So he's definitely on the side. Maybe he has a little bit on the spectrum, or just had a mental breakdown and has a split conscience. Like he's got one side and another, just bipolar. And we dealt with that in Victim 1. So Victim 2, we were really falling into it with songs like Hollow and Facts. He's telling you he likes what he does. Like he's like straight up, like he's finally accepted it and he likes it. And throughout Victim 2, his conscience kicks in. And we're gonna see what happens to him, and it's gonna lead into Victim 3, and that'll be the finale of the Victim series. But we're gonna follow the story of this guy through these 3 albums and see what really happens with him.
That's super cool. I love concept, like not only like concepts like that, but like the art that goes into it, everything, like the stage performances of like your stage presence is so rad. I saw some clips from Incarceration, and
Thank you.
dude, I love it. It's so cool. I love the theatrics, but I love how it also helps tell the story. And that's
Yes.
very important in this industry, is to be able to tell a story that people, like, and, can get behind, like you said. Um, so Incarceration, tell
Yes.
me about that experience. How was that like performing? Like I was unable to go, and I was so mad because I've always wanted to visit the Ohio State Penitentiary. So like
Yes.
the concept of having a metal show there is just so cool to me. So tell me about that experience.
I've been doing it for years, and I did it before it became incarceration in the early infancy stages. And when I was in Mushroom Head, we did it when it was called Ink and the Clink, and it was small. And I have watched this thing change ownership into the right management and become this massive event that happens every year. And to get to play I mean, granted, like everybody thinks it's all fun and games, but that is a well-oiled machine, and you've got to be able to just fire off on all cylinders all day because I mean it's move, 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 move. Because when you have so many bands and so much going on, like you got to go do your thing. Like there's no time to be a prima donna and cry about things. You gotta get on. There's no sound checks. There's no nothing. It is the term is throw and go. You throw your stuff on stage and you go and get it done. And this year was a little bit of a nightmare because we did Upheaval and we did Rock Fest. And Rock Fest is in Wisconsin. Then we drove back, and I had to be at Incarceration on Friday for another band that, Families 216.
Yeah.
We were there for them, helping those guys out and because Danny was drumming for them and drumming for us. So I had to drive back. Did Friday, drove to Upheaval the next day, played there, come back, get to where we're set up. We're supposed to be playing the main stage. And during Slipknot the night before, it just had torrential downfall, ruined the grounds.
No.
They had to push the doors back 2 hours. Well, we're opening the main stage. No, we're not now. Now
Yeah.
we have been like we got our stuff off the bus. We've unloaded the trailer. We're good to go. And like, oh, you got to move to the third stage because we just pushed doors back 2 hours. So we
Damn.
to get up, move our stuff, get there. They had to figure out a time to get us on this other stage because you got to understand it's a schedule and it's just
Go, go. Yep.
go, go. So imagine a packed stage that's already got enough lineup on it. And now you're taking two bands from the main stage and moving them over there.
Moving on.
And you got to somehow put them in there to go with the rest. And mm, like it was a nightmare. And then, but I mean, it turned out right. The fans figured out where we were at. We had a massive crowd, but like I said, we've kind of got that cult thing, and being that we're from Ohio,
Yeah.
definitely helps. Because I've been doing it for years, and like the sea of people in front of us that day was just absolutely like because I mean you don't know what to expect. Like a
Yeah.
venue change always sucks for a band. If you're
Yeah.
playing a venue and then like well you're going down the street, people don't get the memo, and then you had a sold out show and now you're playing for half capacity. Well,
Yeah.
somehow everybody got the memo and they showed up to our side of the stage and it was nice. It was really fun, but it was a nightmare getting to that point.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out in the end then. So, with that wrapping up and, your upcoming album, is there anything else that your fans and my listeners or anybody who might just be hearing for you for the first time can look forward to in 2025 besides album release?
Album release, we're getting ready to make a tour announcement. We're getting ready to make an announcement for our CD release show in Cleveland. We're getting ready to announce all that like next week. Tour announcements, and it's like just know that I'm already writing the next album. I've already started Victim 3. So like it's like Victim 2's not even out, and I've already got the pieces coming together for the finale. So
Yeah.
just know that I'm not stopping for anybody. It's like I'll just continue to write out. The only thing I'm not doing is releasing an album every Friday. That's all. No, or a single. Like I was watching some stuff about marketing. They're like, "Yeah, your best bet's just to write a song a week and release it." I'm like,
No.
"You're high." That was
Yeah.
my.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a lot. That would be a lot, but yeah,
I think the
absolutely.
most I would ever do is like a song a month. I'm like, I ain't doing a song a week. It's like I got other things to do. I got kids in college. I mean,
How
got
dare
better
you
things
have
to
a
do.
life outside of music?
Yeah. And like Spotify and all they're just like anything else. They're social media platforms. They want you to be engaging on their platform, and which is great and all. I ain't got time for that. Like it's like like I'll write an album. I'll do a waterfall release, which if you don't know what a waterfall release is when you drop a single and then 4 weeks later you drop another one and then you drop another one, then you drop another one, and then you put the album out.
Yep.
And because like once the album comes out on any kind of digital or like it's over. Like that's the end of it. That it's been sent out into the sea of just the internet. And uh,
Yeah, it's and that goes back to the whole conversation about physical media versus digital
mhm.
media. So that again, it all ties in together. And
I
I
miss a
did.
good CD release where you'd go to a store
Mhm.
and you'd wait till midnight and you get to go
Yep.
in and buy, and then we'd all wouldn't leave the parking lot, but and you'd hear the album played, and everybody's got their head down in the book, reading the lyrics, just like just listening to the album. I miss like I feel like people are missing out on so much by not getting that experience. But music was different then too. It's like it
Yeah.
was very, it's like you didn't have behind the scenes and like you got like little snippets and magazines and stuff and you just didn't know what was
Yeah.
coming. Like you didn't get a preview of like, oh, this is coming out. It's like, oh, it's awesome. No, you found out when you opened it and be like, oh, this
Oh
is yeah,
shit.
or this is shit.
Yeah, yeah. So and then again, that goes back to like, I've been seeing a lot of bands doing more like listening parties and album release parties and stuff like that. So my hopes and what I feel like is gonna start happening is that we're gonna start seeing that shift. We're gonna start seeing people realizing like yes, we have social media. It's an amazing tool. It's great to have, but nothing beats that experience of sitting and waiting in line for hours for your favorite band's album to drop and be able to get it and the excitement, that accelerating feeling you get when you finally waited months or years and you're holding it and it's a whole different feeling versus it's dropped on Apple Music or Spotify. Let me just get in my car and listen to it. Like it's a totally different dynamic. So
That was the social networking back then. That was the chat room.
yeah,
Like we didn't have to be sitting in our home. Like we would all just be out in the parking lot smoking cigarettes, some people getting high, whatever, and we were all out there and we were community. And that's the key word because everybody's always looking for that to be a part of something. And you don't realize that being a part of a band's fan base is like you are part of a community because every one of you share the fact that you love this artist, so
yeah.
you already have something in common. So like when you get to a show, just like next time you go to a show, just look left and right and realize that everybody in that room you have something in common with. You're here for this group and you are go up and say hello. It's like go meet somebody. Don't be scared, just be like, hey, I'm so and so. I
Yeah.
like this band too. What's your name? Where are you from?
Yeah, and that's one thing I love being able to do with Mosh Pit Diaries. Like I have really bad social anxiety, but I love going to shows. It's the one place I go and I can be myself and feel myself. And I am a certified yapper. I don't ever shut up when I meet new people. I love being able to compliment people, or if I'm in public and I see someone wearing a band shirt, I'm like, hey, sick shirt. Like we do have a great community of people and great support. And that's one thing, like I said, I've always been thankful. I've grown up in the industry. My dad used to work for Roadrunner Records back in the day, like so
Okay.
I've grown up knowing a lot of stuff, and um, that segued into my love for what I do now. So yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like this industry is so small, and everybody thinks it's a massive. It's not. We all work for the same people, whether it comes to management or agents or labels, and we're all tied in together. Don't matter what genre. It's just we're just a different genre. It's such a small industry
Mhm.
of just and it's and of elite musicians. It's like but we're all tied together through management or a booking agent or your label because the label like most labels like have different branches. Like okay, this is our country side, this is our rock side, this is our hip hop side, and we're all tied in together. It's crazy. Like sometimes I'm in a meeting and they'll end up talking about an artist I absolutely love, part of a genre that I'm not part of, and I'm like. That's awesome. You know, it's
Yeah.
like because
Right.
we're tied in like that, but like the one thing that people need to learn if you get into this industry is don't make anybody mad because you don't know who's tied to who. You know, it's
Yep.
like we're all tied together. Like you do one terrible thing and it's going to be known by the rest of us by the next
Gonna
one
go through the grapevine real quick.
real
Absolutely.
quick.
All right, so I have one final question for you that I ask everybody that I interview. If
Mhm.
you could past or present mosh or be in a crowd in a pit for any band, past or present, who would it be?
Ooh. That would be a that'd be a toss up because I would go to a band I couldn't you couldn't see now. It'd either be Queen or The Doors.
Okay, yeah,
Like
great
go
answer.
watch Morrison back in the 60s and be like, all right, like let's see what this was, what this hype was. Like or just to go watch Freddie in his prime,
Yeah,
just like absolutely just go see the master of the craft, just be like captivate
absolutely.
captivate a crowd like because I mean nobody could do it like he did. Like he was an amazing artist and an amazing frontman. So like it'd be Queen or the Doors because you're never going to get to see them because both God rest their souls, they're not with us anymore.
Yep.
But like that would be definitely like I'd be sitting there for a couple hours, be like, which one do I really want to see?
That is a tough top. That is a very tough top. Oh my gosh, wow, words. That is a really tough toss up, but a great answer.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, not a problem. Well, Waylon, thank you so much for taking time to chat with me today. Looking really forward to seeing what happens with this trilogy and your upcoming album release, and hopefully I'll be able to come see you in concert because I have not seen you yet live. So I would love to be able to see you finally live this year or next year, whenever.
Where are you based out of?
I am based in Wisconsin, so
Was
I live in Milwaukee, but I travel to Chicago, Minnesota, everywhere in the
Well,
Midwest.
I'll go ahead and tell you, the Chicago area is on this tour coming up, so keep your eyes out. Like, and we will be announcing it. Hey, I can't say more than that, but
You don't have
Chicago
to.
is
Okay.
on the radar for that. So we'll be hitting your area. So come on down and see us.
All right, perfect. I would love that. All right, well, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.